You know what's weird is I've went through like a whole episode or two without this dude falling, and it feels weird. I don't know, it's weird that, you know what I'm saying, maybe that he should fall or something. Oh, he fell!
Couldn't look away from the train wreck. You can blame it on the tech or the disrespect before you play back. Button check. Button check.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a beautiful morning checking this week. So with that being said, one more time, we definitely got the hot clips, hot topics, all that good stuff. Ladies and gents, let's get it started. Let's go.
Estamos tirando todos los plasmas, estamos en el neutral. Ponemos el espejo para virar esos plasmas. ¡Wow! ¡Ay! ¿Qué?
Why? You lose. Dude, I'm getting teabagged all day long.
All right, and now we're to them buttons that need to be checked. Ladies and gents, this one right here is a very interesting debate because I've seen it a few different ways. This one caught me off guard because you actually have somebody on that opposite spectrum, which you'll understand when I read it right here. Pops off with the gentleman by NVD Veggie. Is it Veggie? I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name, but I'll put the man's profile on the screen right now. Comes out with some positivity, believe it or not. Right here it says, I feel like the FGC is the least elitist community. In other communities, I see lower level players ridiculed for their ranks when they have thoughts or opinions. I feel like our community is the most welcoming and wholesome. Heart. I think I put too many hearts in there, but y'all know it's some hearts. Then, as you can imagine, like some of you might be thinking, the FGC responds without hesitation and basically says, cap. Basically saying, is you living in a fairy tale? Mostly everybody that I saw was like, what the hell are you talking about? We're elitist, or we're non-inclusive, some may be racist, maybe homophobe, all this other stuff. People are like, no, from my experience, I have the complete opposite experience of what you're talking about. I'm gonna completely disagree 100%. But then others start saying, well, in comparison to other communities, like Rolly Legs right here is like, try LOL for a day. Others like, yeah, LOL is so bad, it's hard to play with friends without putting the friendship on the line. I've lost so many friends because of arguments, which I regret. League is only fun if no one knows what they're doing. Your opinions will hold little weight if you're a Diamond 4. See, that's so foreign to me because I have no idea about the LOL community. I think a lot of people are kind of just speaking from their own experience. But like what Broly says and other people are bringing up, yes, well, if you compare us, like, you know, he was saying in the beginning, if you compare it to other communities, we're actually not so bad as you might think. And others actually saying that as well, saying, yeah, when it comes in context of other game communities, compare the FGC to Dante's Inferno dumpster file that is any MOBA community, and the FGC will look like a saint of understanding and compassion. Then others actually adding to that perspective about how, you know, other communities are a lot worse off than we are, saying in Dota, not only the lower ranked players actively called trash or scolded, but the high ranked players often create accounts to bully the lower ranked players and have easy games as well. Boosting culture is also very prevalent in such type of games. The Javits responds saying, you basically described Rushdown to the team, but I love him for his consistency though. Others continue to respond to this saying they don't agree with the elitist part. They've seen too much to agree, talk about how it was back in the days, but also saying we are, when it comes down to it, we're still very welcoming. Then Veggie, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering the name, but Veggie responds to this basically saying he knows some of the cases, but luckily most are that self-involved and entitled, and most are welcoming, and goes on to say that it was actually worse back in the days, but seems to be, or have gotten better. But you know what's real? Let me know if you guys, because I don't play League, so I don't know, but it goes on. People keep mentioning League, saying that is hands down the most toxic community. It's right here. Everybody's like, compared to that, maybe FGC isn't so bad, like damn. And then of course, while the debate continues, you actually have people that still agree with this, saying absolutely, they went to a Dota event before and an FGC event before, and honestly, in the Dota pros, feel like gods. You can't get near them, and the entire event can be watched on Twitch and much more conform and free, while the FGC pros in general are much more welcoming and happy to play. But then you got people with other testimonies like, no, absolutely disagree, because I've seen pro players turn down matches because they feel like they're above someone, but I'm not gonna name any names. And others bring up the obvious, saying, you know, it could be true because the FGC just isn't that big overall. So when you compare them to huge communities like League or something like that, that's why, that possibly might be a reason why we may not be so toxic, so to speak, is because we just don't have the numbers. Rob TV even responds to this saying, I know a lot of people will disagree with this, but I agree 100%. I'm not saying the FGC is perfect, but you'd be shocked comparing it to some other communities. So basically that's it in a nutshell, right? Because you're gonna continue to have people, I would say most that I've seen, people are like, no, I disagree. But like I said, Rob TV and some other people are like, yo, I actually disagree, but on the other side, because I agree with what he's saying, because what he's initially saying is if you compare it to some of these other communities, he's not just saying by itself or like Street Fighter FGC versus Tekken FGC or anything like that. He's saying FGC period. If you compare us to other communities, we're not that bad. And as for me, like real talk, I can't speak because like I said earlier, I'm not in the League community or anything like that, so I don't know. All I know is like FGC, when I see all these fighting game communities, you know, you even got the way we treat Smash players or the way they treat us, and then Tekken and MK11, you know, NRS community. You got all these communities, those I'm familiar with. And to me, can I just be real? I don't know if this is a hot take or whatnot, but to me, it's all the same, like in the FGC. Like all of us have our own shit, we have our own demons, we have our own beautiful people, our own people that rise, creators, talents. We all have the same trials and tribulations and things to celebrate. So whether it's Smash or NRS, to me, I don't think any one community is more toxic. I know a lot of you and other people have said that, like, oh no, fuck the Tekken community, you should see what they do and all this other stuff. And I get it too, because some of you might actually know better than me because you actually are heavily involved in these little pockets within the FGC. So I'm not discrediting your opinion. I'm just saying from my point of view and what I've seen and the friends I've talked to, for me, I think we have a similar, you know, similar shit, because all our shit stinks. And every now and then, sometimes you shit and it doesn't stink. And then you're like, damn, that was actually pretty nice. All right, this episode's over. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely let me know how you feeling. What do you think the take is right here about the FGC being the least elitist community? Now, I know some of you might focus on that argument as far as like us compared to other communities within the FGC, but compared to other ones that are not fighting game communities, where do you think we stand if you're familiar? So again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the love. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve. I hope you guys have a happy, exciting, blessed one. I'm trying to think of something creative. I'm not sure exactly what, but thank you. Thank you to the Patreons. Thank you guys for all the love. We'll see you soon. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
Okay, that's better.